But sometimes we can
Hey, Dave, we're getting
the feedback on this end. If you could put your phone on mute, would be appreciated.
We're going to try to, we had the bridge line set, we're having difficulty with our phone here. We're going to have Craig's cell phone, so we'll try to have some folks there on that bridge line. And we'll see how that works. My name is Gail Smith. This is the Category 1 public meeting between the NRC and Tennessee Valley Authority regarding the annual assessment at the Sequoyah nuclear power plant. As a Category 1 public meeting, we will take questions at the end. The main body debate will be between us and the TVA. We'll do some introductions. So we'll start here.
Rick Proto, I'm the Division Director of Division of Reactor Projects in the Region 2.
I'm Gail Smith, the Senior Resident Inspector at the Sequoyah plant.
Wesley Duchesne, I'm the Resident Inspector at Sequoyah.
I'm Craig Count, I'm Senior Project Engineer for the TVA sites.
John Carlin, Site Vice President, Sequoyah.
Todd Wood, Director of Safety and Licensing.
Mike McCreary, I'm Site Licensing Manager for Sequoyah.
Okay, and I'd like to remind everyone to ensure you sign in, please. There's a sign-in sheet by Kelly. There's also feedback forms for this meeting, if you have any feedback you'd like to provide. And again, we'll go over the purpose of this meeting is to provide a public forum to discuss Sequoyah plant performance for the past calendar year 2013. And we're also going to discuss some of the specific performance issues that was identified during this annual assessment. And I'm going to give an overview of the NRC's process where they used to evaluate a licensee. Strategic planning goals, there's two. There's security and safety. Safety focuses on the adequate protection of public health and safety as well as the environment. And security is ensure protection and secure use and management of radioactive materials. This slide depicts the regulatory framework starting at the top, protecting the health and safety of the public. That's broken down into the three strategic performance areas: reactor safety, radiation safety, and safeguards. And from there, those are broken down into the 7 cornerstones you see below. Under reactor, we have initiating events. That would be like upsets on the plant, reactor trips. Mitigating systems would be your various, for example, emergency core cooling systems, barrier integrity, deals with the 3 barriers, the fuel cladding, reactor piping, as well as the containment. And emergency preparedness, so it's just, we observed an emergency drill yesterday at the site level. Over to radiation safety, we have the public radiation safety. There's limits on effluent releases to the general public, and as well as the worker inside the plant. There's radiation safety programs for them. And the safeguards really has to do with physical protection of these sites. Under that are these cross-cutting areas. These are areas that essentially if something goes wrong here, it can affect the gamut of cornerstones, and it can cross over and essentially great performance across the board. The NRC is essentially broken it down into 3 areas: human performance, folks making mistakes out in the field, not following procedures; safety conscious work environment. That's where the licensee should ensure to provide an environment that folks are readily encouraged to raise safety concerns. And then finally, there's the problem identification resolution. We expect the licensee to identify their problems, to evaluate them, and also correct them. Reactor oversight process. From those strategic areas, the cornerstone we talk about, there's 2 avenues that we do our evaluation. To the left is the baseline inspection results. The Essentially, that's what Wes and I do. We have various inspection procedures that we execute throughout the year. We also get assistance from the region. Some inspections are more specialized. Right now, this week, we have a gentleman doing a buried piping inspection. He's from the region, and that's his assignment for this week. Among the other inspections that we do system walkdowns. We look at surveillances. We look at post-maintenance testing. We look at how they manage their risk at the site. We look at adverse weather issues. We look at maintenance. We look at operator training. We look at flooding. We look at we do fire walkdowns. To the right, these are more like the scores that the plant generates themselves, where we say, hey, we want you to track, for example, the number of reactor trips in the past few years. So these are metrics that the NRC has developed, and the licensee then trends all those metrics, performance indicators, and then they report them to the NRC. And then we evaluate how well they did in those very distinct metrics. And like I said, they involve reactor scrans, where the reactor is either manually or automatically shut down. There's also forced down powers that they have to reduce down. They have to down power the unit based on an issue. There's also any type of safety system functional failures, and also some of these mitigating systems. They have to track unavailability whenever they take a pump out that's important to safety. They have to track the unavailability time of that pump. Other metrics get into the emergency response organization, how well they do their drills, essentially how many people participate, how they perform, do they do an adequate job in the drills, and also their notification systems like their sirens. So there's metrics for those. There's also metrics for radiation protection. Again, that would be occupational, the workers in the plant, as well as the effluents that would affect the general public. And then finally, there's some security PIs. And in addition to the PIs that they voluntarily report to the NRC, the residents go back every year and we review those results and try to do a validation that those are indeed correct, and make sure that they are reporting the proper results. In evaluating the PIs, essentially, if all the PIs are within normal bands, it could be as low as 0. For example, on a reactor trip, it's considered green. And as you get as the metrics get worse and worse, where the safety significance increases, i.e. they're having too many reactor trips in a year, it would move to the right, and essentially it would fall into these various white, yellow, and red columns if they have too many. So you can actually look up the NRC's website, and there's a methodology to determine which performance indicator, which color it is. Below that, our inspection findings, that's what Wes and I would work on as we do our inspection procedures, as well as the regional folks. We come up with various issues and problems that we process through our significance determination process, and we come up with these increasing levels of safety significance for these issues. And you see it starts off green, would be a very low safety significance, and it migrates all the way to the right in red. Only difference here, if we do find issues that we consider minor, that are essentially less than green, so we don't document those. We expect the licensee to put those in their corrective action program, as well as any other issues, and come to a resolution within their corrective action program. So based on the summation of these two, we do an evaluation of the licensee's performance at the end of the year. And this evaluation, then we end up determining where the licensee is within the action matrix. All the way to the left is the licensee response column. That would be all the PIs, all the performance indicators are green, as well as all the findings are of no more than green color. So they can have some green findings, very low safety significance. And if all the findings are green and all PIs are green, then they stay in the licensee response. And as you start to get, start tripping, let's say findings that go to the white safety significance or PIs that go to the white, you start migrating to the right. There's a regulatory response column, the graded cornerstone, multiple repetitive, the graded cornerstone, all the way to unacceptable performance. And what does that mean to the licensee? Essentially, it means more inspection because you migrate to the right. Our management gets more involved. Normally, it's just the residents and the branch chief for a licensee response, but as we get more significant issues arise, then our management gets more and more involved. And of course, there's more regulatory action. You could get more special inspections, supplemental.